All right, let's do this. It's been a minute since I've made a video. I wanted to put this one out right before week one of, you guessed it, the title, the USFL. The new one, not the 80s one, the 2022 version. They've got 8 teams. They're going to play all their games in Birmingham, Alabama. They're going to debut this Saturday, April, I believe that's 15th. Or maybe that's 16th, and then they're going to also play on Easter Sunday, the 17th. So I printed all of these using my Elgo Mars and Elgo Mars 2 now, 3D printers. They're all going to be speed flexes. A bit of a difference from the other 3D printing videos that I've made is that these have some chin straps. I've got visors printing behind me, and as you could probably hear, I've got all the printers humming. Pretty small room that I'm in currently, but we are graduating from that, and we're moving to an actual house and everything. I got a cool little, I sketched out how I want to display everything, which I'm really excited for, in my own little room. The printers are going to be kind of off by themselves, printing just away from everything, kind of out of sight, out of mind, and I just go get them when they're done printing. So yeah, without further ado, I do have 2 videos coming out, this one being one, and then another project that you guys will probably see sometime next week being the other of another recent league that is reviving itself as well. But I've got the 2020 version in my hands because I created it. So I'm going to turn my computer back on because that's how this light is going, and without further ado, we're going to start with the New Jersey Generals is one of the teams coming on in. They just went with the regular red and everything. I kind of liked the version that they had when the Generals were in the Spring League. Same person, Brian Woods, did Spring League as he did with the new USFL that they've got going on. Not really my typical favorite. I might redo this one at like a later date because I'm not all that happy with the red color that I chose. I would more or less kind of like a Regal red from Rust-Oleum. I think would work a whole lot better here. But they're playing in the first game. They're going to be the designated away team. Again, all these games are in Birmingham, Alabama, with the designated home team, the Birmingham Stallions. Got their bumper. Get a nice chin strap going on, glued in, and then screwed in with the micro screws. Every team has the USFL bumper to their helmet, so that's kind of the normal thing that they're gonna do. The next matchup that's gonna be on TV, and again, I don't remember these, who's gonna be on what channel right off the top of my head, so you'd have to look it up for yourself. But the Houston Gamblers, it's kind of next. They're kind of cool. They got Kevin Sumlin as their head coach. As some of you may know him from Texas A&M or Arizona. Canned from both of them, but he's coming back in a head coaching role this time with the new USFL. The second team that they're going to play, this is kind of our designated team that we're gonna be rooting for because we live in the same state, but the Michigan Panthers. Transparent decal except for that blue. That blue is a printed, we've talked many times about how to create your Pocket Pro decals. That blue is on a white decal sheet. This maroon and everything that you can probably see here is on a clear sheet on a bronze color, just like that. Again, Panthers on the back. The front bumper and rear bumpers are painted. It's something that I've been getting way better at. I wouldn't say that I'm perfect at it, but there are some I'll absolutely hit, and I'll just be like, yep, I could not tell the difference between the paint and the spray paint or whatever I used on that shell. And then there are some where I'm like, well, maybe you should sand it down and do it again. And some of these I did fairly well. There's some others that I've done to where I've definitely had to try it again. So yeah, the next one that's going to be on TV, and obviously they can't overlap games. They've all got to go one at a time because they're all at the same sites, but the Philadelphia Stars. I know the Stars and the the Panthers were always two teams that would continually see each other a lot in the in the original USFL championship games. But I like the colors. They definitely did a good job kind of reviving those. I did notice in the original league that everybody kind of had the same gold, the same black, pretty much a lot of the same colors. And I think they've done a great job kind of varying it up a little bit this time around. It's something, it's a fun identity to look at for all of them. It's fun to see kind of the new take that they all had. That being said, there's the New Orleans Breakers, originally started as the Boston Breakers in the original league, and then they went to New Orleans, the New Orleans Breakers, and then they became the Portland Breakers before the league shut down. If you've never seen that documentary, as we zoom in on that third matchup there between the Stars and the Breakers, Small Potatoes, it's a 30 for 30. Who Killed the USFL? I highly encourage that. It's worth a look. I know I'm pretty young, but I watch a lot of the old USFL reruns on YouTube. The Panthers being the main one. I'm not from this state, but the Panthers were kind of the closest team that I could retroactively root for. So I watched a lot of their games, and they were good. And some people still wear up here the original vintage stuff from the Panthers too. It's really cool. They talk about it a lot in the media because the team cared so much. The Silver Dome up in Pontiac, up kind of by where I work and everything. So excited for them to see what's going on. They had the first, I know I'm jumping back, but they had the first overall pick in the USFL draft. They chose Shea Patterson, #1 overall. Michigan product. It's going to be really cool. The Breakers helmet, I posted a picture of all these together on my personal social media, and the designer for all these, Joe Bosak, picked up on it. And he and I kind of got to interchanging just a few tweets back and forth. I kind of talked about the difficulty of the Breakers a little bit, and he said, absolutely, that's because it's so intricate. All the helmets you're going to see on the field aren't decals for the Breakers. They're all hand-painted, which I thought was really interesting. Too small for me. Maybe I'll attempt to do that again in the future. But for right now, I'm pretty content with how large that is and how much it wraps around. It's very difficult to recreate. But the last matchup that you're going to see this weekend and in future weeks is going to feature the Tampa Bay Bandits, which has the best helmet, I think, next to the Panthers, to me. It's got Jordan Teamu at quarterback. If you watched the XFL 2020, you remember Teamu from the Battlehawks. Trying to line it up as best I can. But yeah, that's going to be them. And the final team, for those of you that might be seeing this the first time on the edge of your seat, you got the Pittsburgh Maulers. The purple, solid single orange stripe. Again, there's that kind of, boy, it doesn't do it justice in the light and the camera and everything, but I like this one. This one's also probably my third favorite helmet. And it was one that I'm kind of interested to see in the future. So, if I had to pick a championship between everybody, there's going to be two divisions. There's going to be a North Division and a South Division. I guess I'll split them up. Here's going to be North, South here, and you can kind of figure it out as we go along. Gamblers in the South, Panthers in the North, Stars in the North, Breakers in the South, the Bandits in the South, and then the Maulers in the North. So it's going to be split up just like this for your divisions and everything. If I had to pick a championship game, just based off of some rosters that I see now, I'm going to pick Panthers and Bandits early on. I think that they have the best, definitely the best offenses. However, when the Stars and the Panthers played last weekend in a scrimmage, the Stars got the Panthers in overtime. So I think this one's going to be really, really competitive. A lot of people say like, oh, it's not. We've had spring leagues before, they don't work. It's not the NFL, the quality of football and everything, but this does create jobs for people. I mean, there's only so many limited football opportunities without being basically mocked. So I'm really excited. I'm excited for the guys that you'd watch in college, and they just didn't pan out in the NFL for whatever reason, but they were incredibly explosive, and you get to see them again, just in some different jerseys, different colors. It's still football to me, whether it's NFL or not. So, got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we're moving. Got 2 videos, 2 more projects on the horizon. I'm about to wrap up this other project, and that video will go out sometime next week. Following that, I'm going to get into the college game. And following that, we're probably going to head up to the Great White North and do that 9-team unnamed league up there. So this is the 3D printed new United States Football League 2022 set. Thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you all next week.